Hey everybody, John with Vinely here, and today I find myself in South Dallas, Texas. Southern Dallas? I don't know. The southern part of Dallas, Texas. And I'm here today to see the final resting place of a guy who is generally considered one of the best guitar players of all time. Now it's ironic, I just finished reading, wow, it's really bright out here. Just finished reading Alex Van Halen's book about his brother Eddie and Van Halen, and so it's kind of ironic that I find myself in Dallas to visit the final resting place of another incredibly influential guitar player. So you may know his songs, Texas Flood, Pride and Joy. If that didn't give it away, I don't know what to tell you, but we're here today to visit the final resting place of a guy who was incredibly influential in blues and rock, maybe a little bit of rockabilly. You figured it out by now, but we're here to see the grave of the legendary Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is Laurel Land Cemetery, and I think we've got it right here. I'm glad the sprinklers just turned off. Not hard to find. This is in a section called Vaughan Estates. Vaughan Estate. And here we are. Grave of the man himself, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stephen Ray Vaughan, born on October 3rd, 1954. Passed away on August 27th, 1990. We'll get to that. But his I guess you'd say, national career only lasted about 7 years from the release of the first album to his death. But in that 7 years, he became one of the most influential musicians of blues music, and definitely one of the greatest guitar players of all time. He had a huge influence. It was 1978, around 1978, when he was in Double Trouble, formed Double Trouble with the guys that you were probably familiar with: Tommy Shannon on bass, Chris Layton on drums. Now, they performed at the Montreux Jazz Festival in '82, July of '82. That's where David Bowie saw him play. The audience didn't really love his performance, apparently. The reports are that there was some booing, but Bowie did. And he asked Stevie Ray Vaughan to play guitar on his album Let's Dance, which was a huge hit for David Bowie, and that was in '83 as well. Double Trouble, by the way, the name Double Trouble was taken from an old Otis Rush song. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble's first album was Texas Flood, and that included the songs Love Struck Baby and Pride and Joy. Second studio album was Couldn't Stand the Weather, recorded in 1984 at the Power Station. Released on May 15th, '84, and quickly outpaced the debut. Third record was in '85. That was called Soul to Soul, and that one had Change It, Looking at Little Sister, and Looking Out the Window. The fourth album was called In Step. That was released in 1989, and that one had The House Is Rockin' and Crossfire and some of those big hits of his. It was at a kind of an all-star jam session type of deal at a place called the Alpine Valley Resort in East Troy, Wisconsin. They left the venue in helicopters because there's only one road in and out of there, and of course it gets jammed with people, concert attendees. So they were taking helicopters to get out of there. They were on their way to Midway International Airport in Chicago. And Vaughan's helicopter, they took off in foggy conditions, and his helicopter didn't get the height that they needed, and kind of crashed into the side of a mountain. Everyone on board was killed instantly.
Stevie Ray Vaughan died in a helicopter crash early Monday on his way to Chicago. He performed in Wisconsin Sunday night with Eric Clapton, Robert Cray, and brother Jimmy Vaughan.
Vaughan's funeral service was held on August 31st, 1990, right here at Laurel Land Cemetery in Dallas. And attendees there was like 3,000 people there, and some of the attendees, Jeff Healey, ZZ Top, Stevie Wonder, Bonnie Raitt, Buddy Guy. A lot of people attending and paying their respects to Stevie Ray Vaughan, as we are doing here today. As I always like to do when I visit final resting places, I'm going to leave a rock here for Stevie Ray. So Stevie Ray was born and raised here in the Dallas area, and of course now his final resting place is here as well.
This little thing we used to do at the Roman, and